So I'm back home in Wales. As you can see out of the car window, it's a beautiful clear day. I'm parked up at a place in North Wales at the top of the Horseshoe Pass called the Ponderosa Cafe, which is just across the road there. And I'm going to walk today across the tops of what's known as locally as the Llantysilio mountain range. There's 4 peaks. It's 4 degrees air temperature. It's windy as hell. I don't think we're going to be able to see much, but I'm going to set off now and just see how we go. So I'll start showing you whatever I can show you, depending on the vision, because it's very low cloud and it's howling a gale. So we'll see how we go. So I've left the car park just down there. That's the Ponderosa. You just make out in the cloud there. Heading up the first hill. You can see that there's a quarry, disused quarry on the right there. Hills running out in front of me, the first one of 4 peaks. I'll name them all later when I get back and get the map out. But I've just seen one person running up the hill in front of me, and this will probably be the last view of the cafe, so I'll press on. You might believe me or you might not believe me, but I'm on the top of the first summit, and as expected, the views are spectacular. Lucky old me. So the track's going to go over the top here, drop me down into a small pass. It goes between here and mountain number 2. So I'll just keep doing the same thing. I'll put another clip on when I get to the top of the next one. There's bugger all to see, but as you would expect, I've got the mountain to myself pretty much. So I'll just show you the drop on this side now. The path is very clear actually. It's quite a wide track, and it's very visible, so there's not much chance of getting lost, or as long as you know where you're going and follow the track. So I'm going to switch off now, put the camera away for a bit if I can. So I've managed to get onto the top of the second peak, which is just a dome. It's starting to rain a bit as well. I'm pretty sure this is called Gamelin. About 577 meters. It's the highest one that we do today. We're all in that 500 range. So I'm just going to keep on pressing on. I'm pretty sure I'll drop down now to where the Llantysilio Way crosses this path before we start climbing up the 3rd peak. So I'll speak soon. Making my way down from Gamelin, which was that last peak we were on, and it's just, the cloud's just starting to break a little bit here. And down at the bottom, where I'm just pointing there with the pole, there's a guy crossing. There's a guy running actually. He's just crossing the path. I'm probably not clear enough on this. Well, the path that crosses this one is the Llantysilio Way. So it's not. It's quite a nice little view from here when you can see it properly. Up onto the top of peak 3, which from memory I think is Gower. I will actually put labels on this when I get back down and edit the video, but the ground behind me, just here, all the ground here is the site of one of those Iron Age, I think it's Iron Age, certainly ancient burial ground, so the guys must have been really fit to get the bodies up here if that was the case. But I'm going to crack on. The weather, as you can see, is exactly the same, so I'll press on and go to the top of summit 4. I've got onto summit 4, the last one from today. It's summit 4 because it's the only one with a trick point on it. So I'm just having a breather before setting off over this hill, and then basically the path is just windy until it comes to quite a steep descent and takes us back down to the tarmac road, where we're going to make our way back to the Ponderosa. So I'll probably just put the video back on when I get down to the road. In the meantime, let's get wrapped up and make steady progress. I've come down off the last stage of the hill, and this is where we pick up the tarmac. And basically what we're going to do is follow the tarmac out over the hill that way. Can't remember exactly how long it is, but it's what we're looking for when is a branch off of a bridleway that just goes off at a slight angle on the right hand side. So again, I'll pick the video up again once we get to that, but in the meantime, this is the end of the hill stroke mountain stage, roughly halfway around the walk. And then my clock, whoops, it's a little bit unsteady, I've been walking 1 hour 37, and that's including a couple of stops for, you know, just to take a few clips and have a little drink break. So I'll pick up again when I get to the bridleway. Can't turn the video off, so let's try again. Coming up to the bridleway, I mean, it's quite distinctive. It's a proper green way, and it's got this sign just on the right hand side, so we're basically going to go up this green path now, leaving the tarmac until we get a bit further back. Next time we get on the tarmac is a place called Plaza Norway, which obviously I'll point out when I get there. But now we're going cross country again. Nice underfoot conditions, obviously used as a bridleway. You can see the hoof prints. That's good up here. So not much better visibility, unfortunately, but it's a nice fresh day. I'll turn off now and come back on when we come to the next way market. The stage of the bridleway is coming to an end. There's another track coming up from the left, and which continues up to the right up there. But we're going to take this stile next to this gate and continue making our way forwards. And the pathway goes through these trees. You can see a little footpath marker on the right hand side there. So we're going to just continue through this little copse and back to the next gate. So again, not too far on from the last gate, but here's another one. I'm going to use the gate itself here. As you can see, this time of year the stiles are very slippy with algae, so make sure the gate's closed. There's sheep in the field, and basically what we're going to do now is just carry on along this fence here, and we come to a farm in due course, which we go over basically stay to the right of. We stay in this side of the fence now. This is the farm I was referring to. Guys out here, they've got a paddock with some horses down on the right hand side, so we just walk underneath the paddock, basically between the paddock and the farm, and just carry straight on down this path over here. Paddock, and then we come to this little stream that we need to cross, and it can be a bit confusing. There's a little what looks like a track going up on the right hand side there, but we go through that gate over there and follow the track round, and we're going to make our way up that little bank up there. Come over the stream, and the path is actually now signed round this side rather than going through the gate. So let's get the video on. That's right, I remember now. We go down through this other gate and then climb out on the other side. You can see where the path goes, where the water's running on the path. Yeah, so that was just a paddock where that gate was going into, and the actual path comes round this side. It's quite wet here today. The boots will be cleaned later. So across this little stream, and the path continues up here. There's a chance of confusion. As you can see, there's a finger post pointing in 3 directions where we've just come. Straight ahead, and the path that you can see, that next finger post just there that points the path goes right. Now I've been up there in the past, and it just takes you into a great big meadow. Hang on, can't get the gate open. There we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to go straight on up that hill there, and from memory it does come up against a fence that you have to climb over, so you have to take that into account if you're not sure about doing them sort of things. But I have walked up this path up here before, and it just comes into a great big meadow at the top, and the path out of it's not very clear. So I think when you're using the Pathfinder map or the Pathfinder book, it does tell you to go this way, and I think the fence has just been put there by a farmer, so we'll see. Correction to make, that dodgy fence has gone since last year, and they've actually put a new gate in now, which makes it a lot more straightforward. So there's no fences to climb as there used to be, and they put this new gate in here, which will just make no 80, and we're just going to carry on following this fence up this hill, heading back towards the Ponderosa. So I'm just going to close the curtain down because of another gate. Coming on the bridleway, and it starts dropping down now around this little bend, and there's a path that goes off to the right that we need to avoid because we want to go up that hillside above that green meadow there. You can just about make out the path, green track there that cuts across and takes us up there, so that's one to look out for. Walk really before we start getting back, heading towards the Ponderosa. The bridleway goes and starts to climb up around a little disused quarry. I've been up that way before, and it's not a bad walk, but to get back out onto the road it was quite awkward, as it was very difficult to find a stile to get out. So I take this alternative route to go down here, which goes underneath the quarry, and it picks up the road a little bit lower down. 6 or 1, you know, if you do go that way, take a look for the gate. Otherwise, the only downside of going this way, whilst the path is easier to follow, you have that little bit longer on the tarmac. So I'll open up again when I hit the road, and then we'll take it from there. Come through the gate off the quarry, come down to this last little bit here where this van's parked, and we're just going to follow the tarmac up to the right now. That's going to take us past a house called Norway, very distinctive house on the corner, and then all we're having to do is basically follow the tarmac. It takes us all the way back to the Ponderosa, so just a bit of a trudge now. So I'll open up again when we get to Norway, and then finally when we get back to the Ponderosa. So I've made my way up the tarmac. This is Norway on the corner. There's supposed to be a gate there, I can't see it. Brings down this path if you'd have gone up above the quarry. Oh, there's a little stile up there. I must have missed that in the past. Getting a bit of a puff on now. Basically just going to follow this road all the way around to the Ponderosa. That's still about 1.5 miles to go, I reckon, so I'll just knuckle there.